welcome to the London Independent Film Festival 2021. So we're here with Rebekah, Louisa Smith and Cindy Maram from Diginmag, and I'm going to let them both introduce themselves. Tell us what you guys do.
Okay, hi guys, my name is, as Natasha said, I'm Rebekah Louisa Smith, and I'm the CEO and founder of a company called the Film Festival Doctor. And what we do is help our clients create successful film festival campaigns for their film and get their films seen in festivals. We're very proud to be collaborating again with LIF, and don't miss our little plug here, don't miss our feature Marcus and our shorts When the West is Done With You and Losing Grace.
And hello, everyone. I'm Cindy Maram. I am the founder and editor-in-chief of an entertainment publication called diginmag. I started it back in 2008, and it's continued to grow, so I've kept it, and it's evolved from a movie review site into a broadcast and media production company. I also do entertainment marketing, and also am a producer of independent films. I am the US press partner for London Independent Film Festival this year, and I'm really excited and happy to be here. Thank you.
Fantastic. It's great to have you. I'm really excited as well. So we're going to talk about PR and marketing for filmmakers and how to get yourself positioned properly and promoting your film. So there's no one better to be on this panel today. Thank you guys for joining me. So Cindy, I've got a couple of questions for you.
Sure.
So you've got, I mean, you do many things. You've got a YouTube channel, and you do interviews with filmmakers, started as a review site. So just tell us a little bit more about the different things you do, and also how people can help to create a little bit of a buzz around their films.
Sure. Yeah, so like I said, I originally started more as a written movie review site, but also interviewing filmmakers and actors, but it was all written content. And then because I was interested in filmmaking, I decided to turn to video and film my interviews with talent on the red carpet and for private sit-down interviews. So I do a lot of celebrity interviews, and I put them on my website. I also started a podcast in November that kind of was birthed out of the pandemic, and I've been featuring filmmaker interviews at film festivals there as well. So there's the YouTube channel, which is Diginmag Celebrity Interviews, and we have the podcast and we have the website, and then we do a lot of very heavy social media marketing and promotion. So basically, I partner with a lot of filmmakers in order to promote their films. And it can be through interviewing them for the website, which can be written, or it could be for the podcast or the YouTube channel. If it's before the pandemic, we were doing a lot of video interviews, which would go on all the different platforms, and that's really helpful for filmmakers for publicity. Like if it's a movie premiere, we would do a video interview prior to the movie premiere, or at the actual premiere on the red carpet at different film festivals. And basically I sometimes will get a screener of the film and write a film review, and put that all together. So yeah, definitely I think it's really important for filmmakers when they're getting ready to launch their movie, to have that type of press and publicity from media, and a lot of different media, whether it's like larger magazines or publications like trade magazines, but also even the mid-size or smaller blogs, and podcasting has taken off so much. So I think it's important to do podcasts as well. I would say get yourself as a filmmaker and get your movie out there as much in the press as possible, and also utilize social media marketing to get it out there as well, and be really active.
Mhm. Rebekah, do you work together with press as well when you're creating festival strategies for clients? Do you do that kind of publicity?
Yes, so we outsource that to our partners, and we have about 2 or 3 who we work with, whoever's best suited to that project. And I always say, when I start working on a festival plan, I always say to each client is, how important is getting extra visibility for you? Do you want press? Do you want articles? Do you want interviews? What type of press do you want? And if they say to me something like, well, we want to get press that is, the local press, promote it to local audiences, or we want more like general press, like Screen Variety, and that helps me figure out which of my PR contacts to match them with, to then get those results to help them on the festival run. I always do stress to any client, if they don't know what PR is, or if they haven't thought about it, is it's very important that you do think about this right now in terms of what kind of presentation you want of your film, or exposure you want when you're at festivals. Do you want to do the PR locally yourself and do local advertising to get an audience, or do you want it more in the trades? So it really is important to think about those goals at any stage before doing submissions, so you know exactly what kind of presentation you want to present to the film around the world.
Interesting. Okay, what kind of other deliverables, both of you, I suppose, probably know much more about this, certain types of deliverables that people should have when they're creating some promotion for their films? What should they have? Should they have a poster, images, what stuff?
I think it's absolutely crucial nowadays. This is something that's just kind of been emerging recently in the film festival world. Is a lot of festivals have told us that, could you please ensure that you have ready to send to us on your Film Freeway page or via Dropbox or WeTransfer. We need a poster, we need the trailer, and we need the stills and a very short synopsis. So these are absolutely like the bare bones. And this applies to any sort of film, shorts, features, fiction, non-fiction, probably even probably even the same thing with music videos. So it's very important for a short film to have those assets. And what I would also advise is not to do it yourself in Canva, a poster. Do it professionally. So again, when it comes to budgeting, try and get a good deal for it. We know companies that we outsource to get that done. But a poster is crucial because you need that for your own marketing and PR. And you also need it for the festival to get them bumps on seats. And the more striking the poster, the more interest it has to get, your audience. They are crucial. We have people that do say to us, do we actually really need them for a short film? I said, yes, absolutely. It's still a film. And obviously with a feature, it's obviously need one of those. In terms of stills, I suppose not every single filmmaker might not have a still photographer on their set. But if you do, make sure that you get some really good quality screenshots that really give like the ambience and harmony of the film, that would really work in your favor as well for when they're in their brochures and online and on social media.
Yeah, I definitely agree with Rebekah in terms of the images. Posters are really important, and yeah, to hire like a graphic designer would be so key for really high quality images. And one thing I want to stress is like, it's so important to have high resolution like images, because I've even been sent movie posters from like maybe publicists or like filmmakers where it's a nice design, but it's like a really low quality kind of like resolution, which it could be blurry. And I mean, that makes like when you send something like that to media or press, it's not really a good impression. So you want to make sure that all of your images are really, really high resolution, high quality, that the very best images. But yeah, definitely posters, film stills. Also think that if you have like a full like EPK, like a whole press kit, it would be really great to include like video interviews with some of the key actors, with the director, some behind the scenes kind of interviews and things like that. Also, like if you're able to get a videographer on set when the film is being made, to get some B-roll and then so you can have the B-roll, you have the video clips, which are really important, the film stills, the poster, the trailer, of course, that Rebekah mentioned, and all of that could be like part of your press kit, and that can all be, uploaded to Dropbox or, another platform that can be shared, with media, or like the PR firm that you're working with that will share it with the media.
Mhm.
Yeah, that is a really good point. Just jump on that. Absolutely spot on. And you'll find that the bigger the festival, the more materials they want. And like Cindy said, is that having 300 DPI and really high quality stills is really important for their programs and obviously how they present it to their peers. So it's very important that you do have that in advance, and also having other bits and bobs like your director's statement is also very crucial in biographies. Those two will be used. The bigger the festival need that. And also some festivals might even request, they're going to be going live, which more than likely they will be now with things hopefully all going well and to plan, a physical poster, an actual printed out poster sent to them, which obviously will cost, but it won't be extortionate. But it's important that there's money available for that, because it will help a lot having that physical presence of the film in the old school kind of poster way, on an easel.
So let's talk a bit about social media. You use Instagram, both of you, and other social media as well. So what kind of materials would you use on the different platforms, and how would you best utilize that?
So I think in terms of social media, I find predominantly that Instagram works really well for promoting films. Obviously, the visual medium, Instagram, and obviously films are visual medium. So doing, Instagram lives with the cast and crew about promo for the event, and making people aware of it, putting like a swipe up, link to buy tickets, and even your bio is really crucial. All these kind of things, but also make it in like that you've planned it out, so that do think like not just randomly, just spontaneously, right, 2 o'clock in the morning, right, let's put like a post up. More a case of like really planning it very carefully. So by doing like Monday at this time, Tuesday at that time, Wednesday at this time, or do a live or a post or whatever it's going to be in a story. And also what's important now, I think, and Cindy knows this more than I do, but I'm starting to learn more about now, is Instagram Reels and how useful they are. But I would advise people not to do that off the cuff spontaneously, to actually plan how to make the content for it and then put it up to help promote the film. But also it's a bigger picture, so it's promoting the film at the festival, but it's also, putting your brand as a filmmaker, your company, what you do, what it's about, and to make it very creative. So, that it's not like they're not spontaneous 1-minute things you can do nowadays. I think to really get promotion and get in alignment with that, it needs to be carefully planned. And that's how we work on it on Instagram. Obviously other platforms work differently, everything works differently, like Facebook and LinkedIn, and but Instagram is the one that I think just gets, for me and my clients, we get a lot more interest, people know about it, and then they end up doing a call to action because it builds trust in the film, so that people want to see it.
Yeah, definitely. I think social media is so key now, and it's such a good way to get, for yourself and your project publicity, So yeah, I really love using Instagram for film promotion, and yeah, Reels is a really big deal right now. I think there's a little learning curve with it, so definitely research that before you jump into that. But also, using the carousel feature on Instagram for posts, you can put up to 10 like images and videos together, and I think that's a really good way to do it, because Instagram really what they want is for people to stay a longer period of time on Instagram. So they like the carousel, because like as people are flipping through, they're spending more time there looking at content and staying on the platform. So I think that's really good. Also just use frequency is really important to keep people like attention, and always looking back at your Instagram profile and seeing the content that you post. But another thing is keeping your Instagram page really fresh and interesting by using different types of posts, different types of content on your Instagram page. So like it could be images, and it's like different types of images, like your movie poster, or like the BTS kind of images, or also incorporating videos. You know, you can put like a short clip of your trailer, or like short interviews with talent and filmmakers. And I also think Instagram Live is really great right now. And if, you know, as a filmmaker, you know, if you could get to be a guest on, you know, on someone's Instagram Live show, that's a really good thing to do also. And I love incorporating stories, and stories are kind of cool because, like, in a way, they're kind of, you know, there's something about it that's kind of secret, because like not everyone's always looking at the stories. So it's like, it's kind of, I don't know, it's kind of like an exclusive way to share content, because not everyone looks at it, you know. So it's like, but I love, you know, if you have over 10,000 followers, then you have the ability to put a swipe up link, you know, where people can visit your website or any URL. So I think that's a great way to do it. So yeah, Instagram's really great. I also like to use Twitter. I think that's a great platform for getting news, like breaking news out there. And you know, if you can get a lot of retweets, shares, and likes, that's really great too. And just, you know, utilizing all the different platforms, you know, they're all a little different, but you know, Facebook, if you have a Facebook business page, that's definitely you know, another angle that you can use to publicize your movie and content. So I think like the whole social media mix is really important to get your movie out there.
Yeah, definitely. I definitely agree. And what about festivals? So you're both always attending festivals. So what kind of stuff do you do there, and would you encourage the filmmakers to go, and what would you say people should try to achieve while they're there?
So yeah, always at festivals, both virtually and in person. So what I do when I'm there with my clients is I nurture them and really help them navigate the festival when they're there, how to get around. So which events to attend, how to network, and how to present themselves, and also what to do with Q&As. So always prep them, with regards to what they should say at the end when someone says what's next, how they do an elevator pitch for their new project, and how to give the best information. I also encourage them to, you know, to start getting out of their shell. Those are a bit shy, but to actually really be quite, you know, present with the film, and happily give out leaflets to people that they meet in networking events, but also to the local people who support the festival. So, for example, at Aesthetica Film Festival in New York, they have lots of local sponsors and, you know, affiliate partners, all locally, like restaurants, cafes, hotels, whatever. And you are able to put your postcards in there of your film screening, you know, poster and info on the back about you. So always make sure that they're quite active, and, you know, to get the audience that are more local, and to become friends with people who then recommend them see the film, and to actually, you know, get a nice network going. But also to think about too that, you know, with this promo, it's not all just this big PR push that you're there for. What I also say is to have the human heart in there too. I know you could actually now meet a lot of friends who might not become work collaborators, but might down the line something else might come up that is work, and you have that person they can refer to as a go-to person. So it's, you know, like, this is an event, this is meeting people that you might end up working with. Some you might not directly, but they might recommend you to someone else. But it's just about making friends as well. Just be yourself and not get stressed about what people think about you in the film, and to really just be centered, grounded, and enjoy the process, because you'll learn a lot from it. It's a learning curve at festivals. How you present yourself and your brand, how people respond to your film. So there's a lot that goes on, and I see that all the time when I'm there. And it's stuff that is always gives me like eye-opening, like things like, wow, this is amazing how people responded, and people respond different ways. It's just always good to see how people gorge it, and it's stuff I like to take in and process. So it's a journey, and it's good to travel with your film. When you can travel further, far and wide, wherever you are in the world now watching this, definitely attend.
Yeah, I'm very big on festivals. I mean, I've been attending festivals in person for almost 10 years, and traveling the film festival circuit, like nationally and internationally, from like Sundance Film Festival in Mill Valley to Tribeca Film Festival in New York, and of course Cannes Film Festival and Venice International Film Festival in Italy. I really love the filmmaking community. When I go there, I'm very big on networking, and I think for filmmakers, it's so important to attend these events because you're there, you know, with this amazing group of like-minded people. Everybody loves film. Everybody either loves film or works on film or both. And you know, you're likely to meet, like Rebekah mentioned, so many friends that could even eventually turn into like possible collaborators, you know, or people that you work with. And it's just a really great time for meeting people and relationship building, you know, in the film industry. And you know, I'm very big on promotion, and like if you have a film in the festival, you know, it's definitely a good thing, you know, if you know, you can talk to someone in the festival, like it could be the press team, or like the, you know, the director of the festival, or maybe the creative team, you know, that handles the social media for the festival, and talk to them, you know, how to best promote the film. Because you know, sometimes, you know, when you form a relationship with these key people, they can help get yourself as a filmmaker and your, you know, your team and your movie out there by, you know, reposting on like social media, like Instagram story, on a film festival's you know, main channel, main page. You know, you could, you know, as a filmmaker, if you could get featured in their email newsletter, that's always a really positive thing, to, you know, to promote the premiere. You know, shoot a trailer of you talking about your film that's going to be premiering at the festival, all of those types of things. Yeah, I just think film festivals are a really great way to get your name and your film out there.
Yeah, I absolutely agree with that. I think the more you can connect with the people at the festivals, and also the other people that you meet there who are attending, absolutely, definitely an important thing. So if someone doesn't have a film at a festival, should they go? What are your thoughts?
I think actually the answer is yes. I would have encouraged that, but it's all about the right energy and mindset. So if you've not, I mean, we've had clients before that have been to festivals when the film's still in post and it's not, you know, nowhere near ready. So I always say, you know, if you want to start, you know, knowing what festivals actually are, you know, you've never been to one before, so now's a good time to get a feel for it, is maybe go without the pressure of your film being there. If you're going to get extra worried about, you know, what people think, what they say, will it win awards, it's best maybe to go without it and just really sink in and like see what it's all about and enjoy it, and like, oh, I'm doing my research now, this is where this happens, networking happens here, it's this kind of vibe, is these kind of films that they screen, would it be right for my film, yes or no? So think of it as a research kind of job, really. And also along that journey you'll meet people who you'll connect with and stay in touch with without a doubt. So yes, I would say that. Also, what I did when I began working in the festival world is the first festival I ever went to was the Cannes Film Festival in 2010. I had my idea for my company in my head, and I was looking for films for the film festival I was working for, Abattoir. And it was just pretty much like figuring out what it was all about, knowing what's what and parties and stuff. And it was great. A year later, I was there in my business, so it was a bit more pressure. So it was a bit weirder at first, and then obviously sank in. But at first, as I did that little researching, it really helped me just figure out what the market was about, what the whole festival was about, because it was so big, you know, it was really busy, lots of people there, you know, it was all mad in a good way. And then just, you know, getting to know people, and it was brilliant.
Yeah, that's great. And just to backtrack a little bit, I just wanted to interject something really quick regarding the other question about the importance of filmmakers going to festivals. Even if it's like a smaller festival and, you know, you're an official selection or your film's an official selection, I still think it's important to have your film screened at that festival, because you never know who will be in the audience or who will get a screener, and then it could get picked up for, like, you know, even a larger festival in the future. So that's really important too. So I would not overlook any of the smaller festivals. But yeah, if you, yeah, in regards to like, if you don't have a film in that festival, and if, you know, it's in the works, I still think it's really important to like go and you know, get connected with the event, and you know, meet as many people as possible, whether it's like you know, the people involved that run the festival, or if it's like other filmmakers. You know, it's just so important, I think, to like get yourself involved in the community, and to, you know, you have the opportunity to talk to them about your different projects, and it's a great way to form connections, you know, for future projects that you're working on. And even to promote yourself. And as mentioned before, you know, if you have any marketing materials, you know, when you go to the festival lounge, you know, it's a good, you know, when you're talking to people, you know, pass them out. It's, you know, it's a really good way to get your work out there.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. So what other tips would you give filmmakers who want to create successful PR and marketing for their projects and themselves as well? Do you have any specific advice that you would give?
I've actually got two tips from that question. One is to, you know, if you want to certainly make a noise about your film, you do want to get, you know, PR marketing involved, then do make sure that you have factored this into your budget in the development and financing phase, so that you don't end up with no money to spend and not able to achieve your dreams and goals when the film is finished. Second tip is actually about branding. You know your brand. You know that obviously you are your own brand when you're a filmmaker and your company's there. So how do you want to present that to the world as well? And that's important to really think about. Because obviously when you've got a film, yes, the film people in the film, but also if you're the filmmaker director, you're going to be there. You've got to present yourself in a way that can really stand out, and then put your brand values across, and what your promises are in your film to the audience. You know, to really put that in the clear. So be kind of do a bit of research about branding as well, for personal branding, and how that will come across in PR at the festival.
Yeah, and just to add on to that, regarding budget, I think, you know, for some independent filmmakers, there's not always a huge budget. So a lot of times, independent filmmakers end up doing things, you know, having to like be resourceful and do things for themselves. And especially if it's a short film, you know, it's less of a budget. So even if like, you know, of course, like hiring a big PR company or a private publicist is really key and awesome to get publicity, press and promotion. But if you don't have enough budget to do something like that, you know, and your film's going to be in a festival, I would definitely suggest talking to the festival and the press office, and you know, requesting a media list from the film festival, and having you as a filmmaker, or, you know, a producer on your team, to, you know, to reach out to like the press yourself that are on that list. And actually, you know, as a media outlet and editor myself, I actually really appreciate it when like an individual filmmaker like privately reaches out to me, because it's all actually it's more personable, instead of like having like you know, a publicist from a PR firm send like a general email blast that's not as personal, and you can tell that it's just like a email blast to like everyone on their list. So I mean, I really appreciate the interpersonal connection with filmmakers, and like getting to know them, and it, you know, and make like, if I know a filmmaker personally and I like them, and I believe in their idea and their film project, then you know, I'm more likely to want to like assist and like, you know, help them promote their film, whether it could be through an interview or a review. So yeah, so I would say that if you don't have enough budget, definitely go ahead and you know, just put together a really professional, you know, pitch email, as well as like attaching your press kit and things like that, and you know, with an offer of a screener link to media, and that's a really good way to get yourself out there.
Excellent. That's an excellent tips in there from you guys. Well, that's the end. So I want to thank you both very much for joining me today. And I'm sure all our audiences will agree that's fantastic and some excellent tips in there. So once again, thank you very much, Cindy and Rebekah.
Thank you, Natasha. Thanks, Rebekah.
Thank you both, ladies. It was really fun. It always is with you ladies, but it was really nice just to have that conversation together. So thank you for joining. Thank you for having me here.
Thank you. And to our audiences, if you want to come and chat to us further, we're on social media. We have a Facebook group. We come and connect with us on there and we can continue the chat. So thank you everyone today.